first half moon pose.
Oh,
Which
it's a new pose.
Oh, you're in the reverse half moon?
yes,
It sucks.
it sucks. It's the worst pose.
It's horrible. Use blocks.
Yes,
Don't forget your blocks. It's not a
blocks
good one.
are our friends today. Perhaps also possibly a strap. If you, we're also like looking at dancer pose variations, like, a lot of the balancing, but easy, like tree pose, going into forward fold perhaps. So you could use a strap if you want to. And same thing with the bolster here. It's like nice to put your knee on. It's nice to rest on, so it can be there. Otherwise, feel free to not use any of them. Use extra cushions. Yeah. And thank you for coming. And with that, let's begin our journey. Kind of diving straight into ourselves, allowing space there, allowing us to feel that we can, get into that space. We don't have to use any effort at all. Mainly just allowing it. And the first thing we do then is to close our eyes gently with the softest, gentlest eyelids that are like just barely closed. And then noticing, starting to listen and feel what's happening in the face. Because when we notice our face relax, that is a big part of our connection with the outside world, how we interact with it, what's been put in there today. We're gonna kind of keep. Maybe let your head hang until your chin almost touches your chest. Slowly rotate your jaw from the left to the right and back again. And then, as if you're like stacking your vertebrae one at a time, until like the crown of your head is lifted up onto your shoulders again. And we can open up the palms, we can have the hands rested, like we're inviting energy into our inner space, and at the same time kind of turning on our senses to that inward space. Now if you go through your crown of the head, through your forehead, just with your mind, just like focusing on them, notice how they relax with the in and exhale, bringing more relaxation with each breath. Around the eyes, between the eyebrows, all the way down to the mouth, when there's like a little bit of separation in the teeth and the tongue relaxes. There's space in your neck, down to your shoulders, and in your chest, down to the ribs, the diaphragm, to the belly, all the way down to our steady seated position. That is the true spirit of the asana, Stiram Sukham Asanam, a steady and comfortable pose. We can sometimes call it the easy pose in English. Sitting cross-legged, relaxed. Now, let's give ourselves a moment with our own inner space and the heart center. We can place one hand on the heart and the other one follow. Just as a gesture to inviting the heart to be more present, to allow ourselves to... the heart is like somewhere there in between the comfort zone and the expanding, curious, and the growth, and where the love is. So it's like it makes sense that it's right there in the center. And with that, we can place the palms together in front of the chest and give ourselves a promise of truthfulness and honesty, of attention and intention to your own self, to know when to kind of build more and to know when to ease out of it. and to be in that perfect centered spot in between those two extremes. And when you do, you find flow. Let's start connecting to the breath. We can take a couple of strong breaths into the nose and through the mouth. We can breathe out. We can rub our palms together while we do it and really shake out if there's any like stiffness in your neck and in your shoulders, in your face. Just blow it out through the mouth. One more. We can really get all the way down to the belly with the exhale. Really shake the head out. And then, now we can just like take our slightly warmer hands over the head, let them pour down to the back of your head, to the neck, fingertips coming up to the chin, to the temples, and all the way back to the forehead, and dropping the hands down to cup over your eyes. And if you have been closing your eyes until now, you can just open them up gently, take a big, long extension. Hug yourself first once, like all the way down till your chin can drop down to your elbows, and then just feel yourself kind of like sagging a little bit, and then extending the spine again, looking down to drop down your hands in the center. Now we really connect to the breath. The breath in takes us up and expanding. We can inhale the arms up to the collarbones and then exhale them away, pushing away. Turn on the belly. And inhale, we can take the arms up and follow them with the eyes. And we can drop down and turn the right way first. One hand on either side on the long exhale. And one inhale takes us back to the center and really stretch up. Exhale drops us back the other way and turn. We can turn back to the center and inhale up, and then we can just lean to the right. Drop down with the exhale, and here we can stay another breath. Just inhale and push down one hand, looking up at one hand. And exhale again, letting that kind of drop down and turn over to the other side. One arm going over the head. And we inhale long, push down one hand. And then exhale that down, just to kind of feel like we can shake out a little bit more. We can turn the hands to the knees, and then we can just release the feet. If we've been sitting, it's good. We can kind of like make sure that they are waking up again. And then diving into the yoga by head first into it, with or without bolsters or blocks. Take the feet back behind you, stretch them out a little bit, one at a time, and then sink down either all the way, or just like this. We can just like sink down the head a little bit, or we can sink down onto a bolster with the hip. If you're comfortable, dropping the hips all the way back to your heels, we can slowly walk ourselves down to a little bit of a child's pose. Sink down. Nice. It's so good to remind yourselves of this pose, that it exists, that it's there for you. And I know that it wasn't comfortable for me. And in the school classes I had last week, this is where everyone starts laughing, and they're super uncomfortable, and they don't know what we're doing in this strange position. A little bit. You feel the breath, right? You feel the hips, you feel the feet, you feel everything. You're breathing into the mat. If you're comfortable, if you've done this 100 times, you know this can be a place to ease anxiety, but also to take your place on the mat and internally turn on this yoga engine. Like, now I start my yoga practice. From here we can start stretching out the child's pose. We can come like really walking the hands forward. We can lift our elbows up, really push the fingers out, extensor muscles and lower forearms, like really working. And then grab the mat, and then under side of the forearm are working, and we can kind of externally rotate the shoulders a little bit, and then lift the head up. And we can, just like a little dog or cat waking up in the morning, we can come back and crawl the knees forward. And one at a time we can ease into a little tabletop position. In a tabletop position, it's very easy to take control and to find the diaphragm, to find the belly, to find the breath, and to find the movement in the hip, to check out with the big muscles surrounding the spine. So if you want to like swing from left to right a little bit, make a little circle with the hip. Or if it feels not natural for you, to gently rock back and forth and side to side. This is kind of how I usually start my yoga practice, if I do it in the morning, for example. And then rocking back to the center and really kind of tightening up the center, draw the navel in, look between the hands, and then go from the length of the spine, from the tailbone all the way up to your head with the inhale with the cat. I'm sorry, the cow. And the exhale to the cat. We just push away, look inside. Go a couple of times more, just inhaling up. Really big open eyes and then exhaling down, looking in. Another one. Nice. And the exhale down. Since we are doing a little bit of work on one side, little side plank and half moon and stuff, so we can rock back to the right side and extend the left at the same time. Drop down the heel and then slowly release the left and take a circle. Let the hand walk back and then lift up slowly, gently, a little bit balancy, coming up over your head. And then see if you're like really can push the hips forward and take another long breath. Inhale and then exhale and take that down. Coming back with the knee where it was before and then extending the other side. Dropping the heel down and eventually we then go back to the first hand that we lifted the first time and then release that just from the tabletop position up and lift, inhale. And just exhale and scoop it in under the other one as far as you can reach. Let your head follow. And when you exhale completely, we drop it back where it came from. Inhale it up again. And then exhale back down and immediately, like a wave on the ocean, comes the other side, inhaling it up. Exhaling it down and through as far as you can reach and as deep as you can exhale. Coming back up, sliding it up, lifting it up again, inhale. And the breath is big and it's long, but it's on your terms. Now, notice if you ended up a little bit sideways on the mat, we can adjust a little bit and tuck both feet in and then come up to the feet and rock ourselves backwards into downward facing dog and really drop the head down. You can walk around on the mat, you can drop like one knee down really a lot and then you can kind of extend the other and then go from side to side, slowly working your way to the hip and move the hip around a little bit. Each exhale by exhale becomes deeper, working your way to the ribs, the shoulders, shoulder blades and eventually to the head. Shake it around a little bit. And the last breath you can really push down both hands and bend both knees so your back is really long. And then like a wave from your feet up again, coming up, straightening out the legs. Push your weight forward. Come up to the tippy toes maybe, just for one breath. Exhale, back down. Now walk forward. One foot can follow the other. We can take several steps. Take them slightly apart if you want to, and then inhale, a halfway lift and long. And then exhale and just hang out. Grab one elbow and then the other and bend both legs a lot. It's so different from one day to another with the blood pressure and kind of like today I felt a little bit like that. Especially in the morning, like oh I get dizzy when I rise quickly and you know maybe it's one of those days. So it's gonna be a little bit up and down. Let's go gently if that is the case for you today. Let's see what happens if we take one long inhale and extending both legs. Exhale, dropping the hands down and shaking them out a little bit. What's been put on your shoulders today, we can kind of let it pour out from every single muscle in the shoulders and the arms, like you're taking off an old sweater. And when you exhale next time completely, we can bend the legs again and we can take everything all the way up with the arms rising up over your head. And then walking to the center, both feet together into the front of the mat, and we can let the hands come down to the heart. And I ended up a little bit sideways on my mat, so maybe you did too. Otherwise, good. There's movement all around us, but there's maybe something still in the horizon line. Your favorite light, Kaknästornet. I'm surprised that they can still go with the boats, you know, on this water. I don't know how they do it. But all right, here we go. Mountain pose, and let's make it a feeling of a mountain. Like we're digging the feet down, and we can really feel from the left to the right. And then we can look down and take the hands down. So if I'm looking now, it's like, this is perfect for my feet. They're not entirely square. I don't put my heels all the way together. You can feel like you have some adjustment ability there. As long as you're feeling like you can rock your way from the pinky toe to the base of the big toe. And now, because we're doing some little bit extra balance work today, we should really feel like do it. Just feel it. A few movements in here, inside. And then next time we take it to the outside, extending, lifting up arms on the inhale, and then fold, exhale, and down. Let's take it forward, just lengthening. We don't have to like drop the head back, just looking forward a little bit. And then exhale, down. If you got your sun salutations programmed already, you can do any variation. I'm starting small, baby cobra up, pushing the feet, downward facing dog. And maybe it's feeling like the calf muscles are a bit stiff. That's okay to have bended knees and then stretch them out a little bit, little by little. Here we are with the neck kind of, it's loosening up as well. Same thing with the elbows and the wrists. We can really press out the fingertips all the way. Looking forward now, inhale. And exhale and step or take a little walk until your feet are back where they started. Inhale up, halfway. Folding down, exhale. And from that steady base, same as before, but now all the way up and then back, all the way down with the exhale. And when you inhale next time, we can just like keep going. Another one, same as before, folding down. Leaving hips and shoulders really strong. And just in the right step again, or jump a little. Float to your feet forward, halfway lift, lengthen. And fold. Now the way arms up, reaching up, inhale, and then back to the heart center. Let's do a third one, same as before. With the breath, inhale, the breath, exhale. Halfway lift and lengthen. And then, if you want to go all the way to the chaturanga with the exhale, and the inhale takes you to upward facing dog. And the next exhale, the downward facing dog. Easy on the shoulders if that transition is hugging like the inside of your shoulder, if you feel like there's any pinch, or you can always like step by step. And all the way up, arms go up, inhale, exhale, back to the heart. Let's keep going, let's see where we can go. Inhale up, exhale down, and let's walk the left foot back into a low crescent lunge like this, where we just have the hips square pointing forward, and we can just stand up from here and see how what we were feeling like, where one leg is in front, knee over foot, and then stretching out the back leg a little bit wobbly. The arms go up, and then we can drop down the back heel and we can lean towards it. We can look like this, about 90-degree angle, and then we take the arms with us back. Open shoulders. And then we extend the front leg again, so we can do a very easy version of the extended triangle, which we will return to again. Now we're just doing super easy triangle. Just like this. Okay, I feel I got the triangle. It doesn't have to boogie like all the way. I can take a steady hand onto the inside calf or into a block. Just looking up at the hand, one inhale. And then we bend the leg slowly and we lower the hand on the opposite side. Place it there on the inside and turn the knee back behind you down. Reach the other one up. First little easy twist. Just looking at one hand, pushing down the other. And that's what we do. Arm goes up, inhale, and then forward and down on the exhale. And we can take the foot with us. Now we're in a plank again. We're dropping down. See if the left can do the same thing. Inhale up, and exhale down. Looking forward, stepping, and then exhaling. Halfway lift. And then let the left be your front, the right dropping back. Push it back. There it is. When you're ready, We stand up. Nice. Arms go up slowly. We're seeing how stable we're feeling. I have a wobbly day today. Maybe you did too. Maybe it's something with the weather. That's nice. You're looking super solid. Okay. Arms go up. And then they kind of go out. And we lean towards the back foot and letting the heel drop down. This motion can drop us into many different poses. This time, reversed or a peaceful warrior, as we call it. Just leaning back a little bit with the arms really wide, separated. And then we extend the front leg and we can go slowly, gently down the front leg and place a steady hand on it or into a block again. Arm on the other side, reaching up. And we're just allowing a little bit of discomfort coming. It's early on still, but not quite warmed up. To do in the easy peasy triangle, and then we'll get further down eventually. One more inhale. Really reaching up, and the exhale can take that hand forward and down, and we can bend the front leg, and we can turn the knee down on the back. And then release from the left, if you had your left foot in front, and arm up, and then just twist. Easy twist, just pushing down one hand and see how far we can push up the other one. And when you're there, let's keep working on variation from the sun salutation form and then keep going. Inhale and forward. Looking, exhale, and let the foot follow one at a time, or both at the same time. And a halfway lift. And we lengthen, and then we fold down. We're back where we started, and we can have bended legs now, like a skier, going down like this, right? Forward with the arms like 45 degrees, something like that. Dropping the tailbone down, and remembering the Ujjayi breath. If you have kind of forgot about it, here we go, turning it on again. The yoga engine, we can drop down a little bit lower. One inhale. And one exhale can really lower us down. And then the next inhale, good. Take us up. And see if they can drop us down to the forward lunge again. With the hands now in front of you, like we're doing a sneaky little warrior three first. And slowly lowering, we got control over one foot. You feel like that went well. We got it. Standing up again. High crescent lunge. Take the time. First two kind of, yeah. Arms go up when you're ready. Super, yes, all right. Here we go, when the arms are reaching up, we can really stand proudly, the chest coming forward, shoulder blades back together and extend the back leg. Going the same way as before, dropping down, heel, turning it in 90 degrees, arms go over to the back. Beautiful, peaceful warrior again. This time taking us up to easy version of extended side angle. Slowly leaning over. Inhale first, arms up. Exhale, arms forward. If you want to stay with me for one breath here, just reaching forward, we can. And then exhale, dropping down one elbow, shooting the other hand over the head. And then rolling the shoulders back, pushing the hips a little bit forward, and really extending the back leg. Once again, we're not staying super long. Just hanging out a little bit. So we know we got this. Here we go. Let's see if we can take it all the way down. Turning the knee down. This time looking up again. Got the twist again. Leaning a little bit back from the twist. And then forward, exhale, down. Stepping back. Going down. Inhaling up, arm up. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Looking forward. And exhale. Stepping forward. Halfway lift. Lengthen. And then letting the left foot stay forward. Pushing back the right, so we're switching side. Going to it slowly. High crescent lunge again. Now we're feeling more steady. Super good. It was ever a little bit wobbly in the beginning, like you're looking so much more stable already, and so do I. That's so good. Looking forward, chest coming forward a little bit, shoulder blades back, dropping down the hip a little bit. Let's see what happens now. If we drop into Peaceful Warrior, looking at the back foot, dropping down that heel, reaching out both arms. We got control over the obliques, you know, we got the core intact. We got to really press out the fingertips of the hand above you, pressing down the foot back behind you and pushing the hips forward and rolling the shoulders back a little bit. And just breathing. If we got like a couple more of these sequences in us where we kind of build more and more. One more inhale and one more exhale. We're gonna do this really well, really slowly, gently. One hand pushing down and pushing up to an upward facing dog and then back to a downward facing dog. If now you're getting a bit warm, I mean, shake out some steam, blow out some steam through the mouth, rock your hips back and forth, head as well, and then look forward, inhale. And then exhale, and step forward gently. Halfway lift, lengthen. And exhale and fold. Let's see if we can find our way back to the chair pose. Now we're warm, but we're gonna feel like we're building energy, right? We are powerhouse is now full of energy. We're glowing inside, we got the Ujjayi breath. So we're in a chair pose now. We're going back to the right leg as our base, but we can lift the left leg in this position. It looks a bit wonky, but it feels great. We're just like sinking down a little bit, the leg is bent, we're lifting it up a little bit, exhale. And when we inhale next time, we're extending both legs. One pushing down, one pushing forward. And when we exhale, we float into like a half. Like maybe for a second we just extend in Warrior 3. And then we rock it back down. Low crescent lunge. And then high crescent lunge. We're lifting up. Now we're super expert. High crescent lunge is no problem for us. We're so solid. Nothing can move us. So let's turn to the shoulders and just let them hang a little bit. We rotate first, but make sure that you rotate with a long spine and with control over your shoulders. We can rotate like halfway and then push one hand to the outside of the thigh and let the other one keep rolling out from the shoulder back. And reverse the warrior completely. One hand forward, dropping from the thigh into the space before you. Nice. Let's see if we can rotate this back to the other way where it came from. For like, we have plenty of space in here, so we can really use the length all the way until it comes back. The left hand, want to touch the left heel almost. Now, let's see if we can go a little bit deeper into the Peaceful Warrior. Looking at the front hand. If you imagine like your peak today maybe being dancer pose or half moon or reversed half moon. Here we are. Coming up from there to the Warrior 2. We're just like, okay, one hand, get the palm in front. Let's drop it down. Back behind you, the other one. Pushing the air down a little bit. And now, like a windmill, it's going forward. Exhale down to the outside of the foot if you can. You can take a block with you to that side. One hand goes up, deeper extended side angle. If you feel you got control over the hand pushing down, the hand above you can reach further in front of you. Deep extended side angle. One more breath and then take it down. Here we are. We're in this position again where we can lift the back heel and drop down, but this time maybe we can drop that heel down to the other side and start kind of walking this foot that was in front halfway back, half side plank variation. If it feels easy, you can walk it slowly back until both legs are extended, one foot in front of the other, stacked on top of each other, or one foot dropping slightly behind. Just one more breath when you got it, when you got the feet in place, lifting up, pushing the hip up, and then back down. Here we are, we can adjust the feet a little bit. That was a lengthy sequence on one side. Let's do the other. Looking forward, inhale, and exhale, and step forward. Nice. Now it feels like one arm and one leg has worked more than the other. Halfway lift, inhale, and exhale, and really fold down. And then looking forward, sitting in a chair pose again, dropping down a little bit. Should feel really nice to stretch out the shoulders. We're getting warm, getting really warmed up. So if you're in a chair pose now like this, sink down a little bit deeper. Remember your giant breath again. Let's the left foot be your base. And let's just, with bent legs, lift up the right like this. Like this, looking a little bit silly for a while. Dropping down a little bit more. And one foot is super strong. Core is on. Exhale completely again. And then inhale, stretching out the leg we're standing on. Pushing the other one a little bit in front. Arms go up. And then see if we can just tuck the foot in on the way back. And then extend it again once you're reaching forward. A little bit, just a couple of breaths in this Warrior 3 variation to know that we can do it, and then fold it down. Very nice. When you're here in this position, we're in the lunge position again. We're just standing up, so now we're super solid. The high crescent lunge, easy peasy. Very good. Here we are, we can like really stand into it proudly, sinking the hip down, dropping the elbows back a little bit. And now drop into the extended first, or the reversed, sorry. Coming down, dropping down. And if you know it well, if you find this to be kind of relaxed, we can just imagine these steps one at a time, turning the torso, shoulders dropping back, elbows, wrists and fingers extending. And then turning the gaze back towards the backhand. And then, when you're ready, rotate back all the way with the arms extended if you want to. Until you rotate the heel on the back foot, going as deep as you can go towards the heel on the back foot. Deep. Now, reversed warrior. It's a reversed and reversed. The turning warrior versus the peaceful warrior. Now we can really lean into it. One more breath. And then warrior 2. Looking forward. Turning the palms down. Noticing if like the foot kind of slides back more than 90 degrees, we can push it back a little bit. And then, like a parallel line to the floor, the arms go from left to right, and then forward, inhale. And then downward, exhale. Now we can use a block again. I'm going all the way to the outside of the foot with the hand. Let's see if we can really reach. Extend, yes. And then pushing down one foot, very good, very strong. Nice, okay. One more inhale, as far as you can go, like really reaching forward. And next exhale, folding down. Now this hand that was in the air, it wants to push down to the inside of the foot, dropping the knee down, easy side plank variation. Back heel can just drop over to the other side. Front foot can just walk casually like heel and toe, backwards, halfway. This is where I start. You can also kind of slide it back slowly and gently. When you're in position, maybe about now. Really make a tight core, pushing hip up, and then take one long inhale, looking up. Nice. And then exhale all the way down. Very good, everybody. Here we are. We do one sun salutation, vinyasa. We're dropping it down, lifting it up. Very good, everybody. Inhale. And then exhale. Downward facing dog. Here we are, looking forward again. Inhale. And then exhale. And stepping forward. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale and fold. And we're going to do one more kind of intense standing sequence, right? So if you're feeling like, oh my god, I'm already feeling a little bit Stay in this position, widen your feet a little bit, hang out like we did before. Just hang out like a rag doll. Relax your arms, your fingers, everything. And flow gently and slowly through the next sequence if you want to go there with us today. Here we are. If you've been hanging out here, we can bend the legs again, walk them a little bit together again maybe, and then come all the way up to standing, rolling over shoulders, the arms come up, come back to the center. Very nice. So, we're looking a little bit warmer. Yes. Let's see if we can sit down in the chair pose, looking forward again, going, because now we know with the hips and shoulders and the core is fully awake. And when you're sitting down in a chair pose like this, when we're doing that thing with the leg again, we're gonna kind of sit down all the way into eagle pose from here. So we can start with the hands in front of the chest, like really easy. Standing on the right, lifting the left. So far so good. Now we can see if we can cross it over to the other side. So if I cross the left over the right, it kind of makes sense for the torso to take the right over the left on the other side. So the right can go over and the left can be in it. Some people practice Garudasana the other way, and that's fine too. This is just a variation. You can drop down, low. Now see how low we can go. We can go all the way down a little bit if you want to, and if you can wrap the foot all the way around. It's hard, so we can try it a little bit, and then we can see if we can lift up the elbows, but still pushing the shoulders down and looking at a point in the distance. Just one breath, because this is kind of intense. Exhale, and then we do this thing again. When we inhale, we're extending both legs. We're floating them back. Now Warrior 3 becomes like a flying eagle, we call it. And when we're leaning forward a little bit like this, we see how far we can lean before we want to extend the arms as well. And we just like let them go, like wings going sideways. Very good. Now, there was a reason that we did all this weird thing, right? We did twisting. We want to kind of go into the half moon pose and the reverse half moon. Let's see if we can touch the calf on both sides, just like hanging out, holding it for one breath. And notice how many muscles are working for you today. And then exhale down, low crescent lunge. Good work, everybody. Dropping the heel down on the back side, going deep into peaceful warrior, as deep as you can go. Maybe one hand is wrapping around the leg now. Let's see if we on the way back now can extend the front leg, lifting up the toes, and then turning them so both feet are turning the same way, and the hand goes down the center. Lifting from the leg, back hand, up, and then down to forward fold. We can forward fold really deeply if you want to, just really hang out. And know that we can do this. Feel like there's been a lot of weight on the right foot. We can take some weight off it. We can lift up the foot again, leaning towards the backside a little bit, turning the foot forward again, and then pointing it forward and walking the hands to the inside here. We're like a lizard pose, turning the back knee down a little bit. Super gentle with the knee if you want to drop all the way down. You can take a tucked in foot first and then drop the foot down flat. Notice before you start to activate your body again, how your face feels. Can you shake out the head and relax the face? I mean, we're a little bit sweaty, and there's a lot of movement inside the body, a lot of circulations. We're pushing down. Now, if you're in this position, we can grab one block if you want to. The reversed half moon is a little bit more wonky than the ordinary one, because it's like you have to turn, but also kind of flex the foot and point it down. When you do it, it should look something like this. When you're standing up on one leg like we did before, and the shoulder is above the wrist, and this can be on a block or not. And then you want to be able to push down on that and take the other hand up to the hip first. Eventually want to rotate shoulder, stacking on top of the other. And see, probably in this position you feel like the most difficult part is to rotate up the other hand and lifting up, looking up at it. So you can look down as long as you need to and start to extend both legs first and eventually extend the hand. Nice. Okay, let's not stay here too long, right? 3, 2, 1. Good. And the foot that's been carrying you, we can look at it. Drop down the other foot. The other foot now will be your base in the Garudasana. We can have the blocks in handy. Shake out. Good job, everybody. Here we are. Chair pose. Coming to hands. You know that you worked one side when you really feel like it's one leg is longer than the other. So we're in a chair pose, sinking down into it. Remember Ujjayi breath. Looking forward, feeling strong. And then we go like this. If I'm now crossing my right over to the left, slowly, gently, sitting down into it. And then if I want to have like right over to left, I want to kind of have my left over to the right and then wrap the other one under it. It's a little bit tricky with the left and right, but that's also kind of the point. It's really good for the brain to do that, to go from left to right, because we're using interaction between left and right in a very good way. Not only is it good for our balance and our coordination, but also for a relaxation. We can sink down a little bit deeper and then lift up elbows and try to draw the shoulders back, sinking down. Once again, it's pretty intense. If you want to wrap the foot around the other leg, back behind you, you can. One more breath. Exhale deeply. And then when we inhale, we kind of unwrap the feet, extend them. And when we exhale, we just float back to a flying warrior, also known as Warrior 3 variation. And when you can't lean anymore forward, we extend, arms go out like this. We just play with the balance a little bit. And we can take the hands down to the calf muscles and just grab them for a little bit. Stand one breath like this and enjoy the movement inside. And then, very good, drop everything down. Excellent, everybody. Put some weight off. And we did great, everybody. So we're dropping down the back heel, going really low into the lowest peaceful warrior that we have ever done. Just like using one hand on the leg if you want to. Really dropping down, like focus on the peaceful warriors today. Just making them really good and strong. And then coming up from there a little bit, extending the front leg and see if we can lift up the toes. And then turn the toes the same way as the back foot and dropping the hand down, right down the center. You can grab block again if you want to. Lift up the other one. Inhale. And then exhale down. Forward fold. Hang out deeper now if you need to, if you want to. Very nice. So halfway onto a cushion if you want to, foot flat if you need to, if you want to. It is good if you can, but it's you can support the knee a little bit extra by just like pushing the foot back with a tucked in toe. Coming down lower if you want to. As long as you can hang down your head for maybe 6 or 7 long breaths, like just like notice how your face relaxes again and again. here we are, coming up from it slowly, gently, just like pushing down on the hands again, grabbing one of those blocks again. We can adjust the position of the block a little bit as we go, pushing from the back foot. We should be able to, so I'm using opposite side, so if it's like a reversed half moon, right? So if the left foot is forward, then I want to have the right hand shoulder width apart, so I can just point the feet down on the back leg and find the balance. Slowly I can turn the block or just the hand towards the center a little bit and rotate. Yeah, nice. It's not so easy, but it's like very good practice. Step by step, we're taking us there. Nice. Breathe. Long breath, and we're just like, okay, we know we can do this. Just pushing down one hand is pretty intense. Exhale, nice. Okay, yeah, it's nice. Okay, coming down. Very good. Oh, this left foot we've been standing on. He gets his friend back, the right foot, and we can have the blocks in handy. We can even have one of those straps in handy if you want it. We can like roll the spine up until standing. Last standing sequence. Very good, everybody. So, what I would like us to do in the last standing sequence is to stand on one foot again, going into a dancer pose variation, where we can, if you want to, we can lean forward a little bit like this and see how far. Last time we leaned like this. This time we can grab a leg. But you can also, if you feel like it's no way I'm gonna grab my foot and lean forward, I can use this strap, like both hands, and then just hold it with one hand on the same side and push the foot into it. But if you feel like a runner stretch isn't that weird, we can go into it like this, standing on one foot, just like I did mountain pose. Now we have some variation. You can step off the mat if you want to. Okay, here we go. Looking at one point in front of you, your drishti, and then kind of reaching for that as we're dropping the foot back. Now we can take the hand on top of the toes, halfway, like we can also take it all the way to the inside of the foot. Really open up the shoulders, but you don't have to today. We can take it like halfway, like this, leaning forward. And we'll open up as much as we can. 3, 2, 1. And see if we can take this down. We can bend the legs slightly and dip down a little bit. If you find this relatively easy, you can push down to the fingertips and open up as much as you want to. We're playing a little bit with it. Nice. Let's see if we can. If you have been pushing down, if we can push ourselves all the way up again, reaching up. And if we'll take our time, and if you wobble a little bit, that's fine. And then release it. Release it like this. Standing on one foot. Now, let's see if we can find a little bit of moving back. And take the foot forward with you. Like this. Point the toes forward. And now we go full warrior 3 in your own time. As the foot drops back, hands come forward, slowly, slowly, gently. And now we can really take our time to reach forward and reach the back foot back. Very nice. And that's all we do. Last breath, just reaching out, warrior 3. Take the hands to the heart again. And then see if you can look at the back foot, see it going back there, pushing the heel in, and here we are, extending the front leg again. As promised, we're gonna do extended triangle again. And the way it's usually taught in some old yoga books, you go from triangle into half moon sometimes, or at least, that is one way. It's not the easiest way, that's why I almost never teach it that way. But I think, since we're advanced students now, we can play with it. So we can look at our triangle again, dropping down from it, like really from your hip. We did it before, easy triangle. Now maybe we want to go a little bit deeper. From this position, we can have a little bit more bent front leg first. We can grab one of those blocks again, or slide all the way down to the foot if you want to. When you're in a position that feels realistic, you can turn the torso, turn the left side up, and lift. you can go all the way into your extended triangle. Now really push like you're externally rotating your shoulders a bit. You're breathing very nicely, very nice vertical line. And then there it is, your deep triangle. Can you imagine yourself opening up from this position straight into the half moon? It should look something like this. You're bending the leg again, and the hand pushing down start to float, and the leg pushing down start to come up with the heel and push away the foot. And now it's like you're standing on one leg, balancing again, and you can balance it all the way down to a block, just without the block, if you want to. And even though the legs are a bit bent, you can still find the feeling of balance from your foot to your hand, the feeling of control, just having 2 points, and then eventually you can stretch out the legs again. Nice, we're playing with it. Now a very strong right foot feels a bit worked. We're gonna see if we can get its friend back. Left foot coming down to join the right. Very nice. We can have the blocks in handy, we can have a strap again if you want it for the dancer, and then stand up slowly into the dancer. And now, I started standing on my right. Anyone else got a little bit of a feeling of, yeah, the back can work, yeah. Let's hope we can stretch it out good. Okay, so now I'm on my left. We can adjust again if you want to step off the mat or anything like that. Use strap if you want to. And then slowly, slowly push it. Now we're looking at the horizon again. We're adjusting little bits here and there. And then we're just leaning into dancer pose. And dancer pose, you know, it can be whatever it is for you today. It can be just a feeling of, okay, I'm fighting against this feeling. I want to topple over to one side, lift the hip up a little bit, as one often does for balance. But I'm opening up the chest. I got this now. Slowly, if I want to, I can reach forward, pushing down the hand. Doesn't have to look cool or anything. I just use my feeling of control and balance. Yeah, nice. Okay, and when you're there, let's play with it for a little bit. Yeah. Slowly down. Yeah, Brooklyn. Yeah. I'm with you. Yes. Good. Yeah. There it is. Nice. When you're done playing, we can release this. Coming up slowly. Imagine yourself like, coming up to this position where I'm just on one foot, everything's good. Floating into warrior three. We can like float the foot forward a little bit, point it, make your core strong and everything. And then, as gentle as we did the last time, we're leaning forward into the warrior three. And the warrior three is just about strength, feeling of, okay, I've got control over my body, my glutes, my hamstrings, my back muscles, everything is working together, and leaning into it. And then, when you extend fully, like as far as you can go, one more breath, and then we're kind of like, nice. Let's see if we can drop it down. We're already getting ready to do the last sequence. We can have the blocks in handy, and eventually from this position, dropping down the back heel as far as you can go. Deepest peaceful warrior we ever did. Just to take some weight off this front foot, and then rocking your weight back into it. Extending, extended triangle. Using this hand, slide it all the way down to your foot if you want to, or down to a block again. Slightly bent front leg if you want to, on the inside. And then when you're ready, push away and lift it up. Good. It's good to sometimes use two blocks. You can use them either like stacked like that, beside each other, or on top of each other. It's good. And when you're ready, just be float into the variation. We can come down. This is the way we usually go into it. You come down first, place your hand forward, and then you lift up. Last time nice. We did it a little bit more intense. Nice, very nice. We're there. We're in the half moon pose. And you know the half moon pose pretty well by now. It's like slightly easier than the reverse. And it's, let's keep the core tight and not overextend the arm. And let's take 3 breaths. 2, very good everybody. 1, and then slowly we're letting the feet come back together. Very good everybody. I'm so happy to see this. Okay, last one. Okay, we've been through this. From the chair pose, coming down to the blocks or anything you like. Coming down like this, slowly, slowly to the knees. Gently, gently. We can keep the blocks in handy if you want to go slightly deeper into Balasana. A child's pose, but from this position first, we're just like walking back in to a little plank position. And then dropping the knees down slowly. And if you can, go all the way back with the hips to the heels. Feel free to do so, and then slide the blocks back so you can put your elbows on them. If you know that this is not comfortable for you today, you can just slide them apart a little bit and do as we did before. But if you want to, you can take the elbows onto this and take the hands together over your head and really dip your head down low. And the hands can go all the way back to the shoulder blades. And we dip the head down really low. Nice. So we've already done quite a few warriors, peaceful warriors, reverse warriors, eagle pose, half moon on both sides, a couple of triangles, and some side planking. Shoulders have been pretty active in all of these positions, as well as hip flexor muscles, glutes and hamstrings as well. So let's see where we are now. If we're coming up slowly from this position, we can slide the blocks a little bit apart and stretch out the hands really far in front of you. You obviously have a good position now to stretch out the hips a little bit deeper. Coming up like this. See if we can walk back into this plank. Shake the hips out a little bit. And if you're in a plank like this, we can walk it into a dog. And I'm going to tell you kind of where we're going first, so you know if you don't want to go all the way. We've been lifting legs. We can lift it. We lift the right, go into starfish, and then we go into like a wild thing where we really open it up, and then pigeon. So if you want to go with me like this, it should eventually look something like this, going back, going up, rolling around if you want to. So if you want to kind of move things around a little bit, or just like, okay, I know where I'm going, I got this, I don't need the blocks maybe. Then we start from a downward facing dog, lifting up the right leg, pushing it away and lifting it up, and really letting it stay there, pushing away with both hands, extending as far as you can. How much lift power you have now. Next exhale, we take the knee towards the left elbow, dropping down the left heel and pushing the foot away, all the way into the left. And we'll see if we can lift the left hand. Lifting up. Nah, you're good. Well, we'll catch up. Nice, okay, here we go. Last breath. And then exhale it back down. Taking the knee here to the right elbow instead. Pushing it back, lifting it up, and then dropping foot down as much as you can. We can now drop down the left foot to the heel and open up. Slowly, gently. If you've done this before, you know it. You can just like play with it. We can just have the foot swinging around in the air, knee lifted as much as you can. And eventually, rolling all the way back. And now, Let's take the knee with us to the right elbow again. Drop it down. And here we are. We can tuck a cushion under it if you want to, or a block. A pigeon. First variation, very easy. Onto hands. We can use those blocks again for the elbows. Balls there also, working just fine. Coming down low if you want to. We all done a few pigeons before, yeah. Hanging out. Finding a minute where the face gets to remove the tension. Go from something that requires a lot of focus to something that just is a natural conclusion of it. Releasing tension, of course, allowing space for true relaxation, allowing Uli walk it back. We're going back the same way that we came, pushing down onto the hands. And this is my right side, and if I'm gonna do the left side, the same service, I'm gonna kind of like walk it into a plank. We got starfish and leg lifting variations. Same thing here then. If we have a lot of blocks and stuff that can be in the way, we can kind of like scoot them to the side and then just lift up the left. Push away both hands. Can we stay a couple of breaths in this position? Just like pushing it away. And then taking it into starfish. Starfish, we're gonna take this over to the other side. A lot of crossing over from one side to the other, from left to right. Let's see if we can open up the starfish. Then we should have one leg pointing out sideways and one hand slowly, gently lifting. If it's too much on your shoulders, we can always drop it down sooner. One more breath in the starfish. Pushing the hips up, and then one exhale. Tucking the knee in, taking it to the other elbow, left, and then pushing it back. Lifting it up, and then rotating around. Most people don't go all the way into this half bridge variation, but some people do. Some people play with it. We got the shoulders warmed up good. And let's not stay too long. Let's just breathe strongly. 3 breaths, 2, maybe one last one. And then we can kind of go gently out of it, dropping the knee down first. And then this foot goes all the way to the front. So we're doing pigeon on the other side. Slide a little cushion under the hip if you want to. Take your elbows to the blocks if that felt good. Or just any way that you feel comfortable. Pigeon, dropping down, allowing depth to create space and to remove tension, to invite relaxation. If you can rest your head on something, it makes it so much easier to rest the neck and find stillness. Another minute in this position where we're allowing things to slow down a little bit more. Again, another couple of long and deep, heavy breaths before we ease out of the pose. We're just allowing it to be really as deep as it can go. you know your way back. It's kind of slow and gentle coming up to the hands, pushing back. And once again, let's see if we can find the child's pose. With or without the hips lifted, we're just like dropping down into it slowly, slowly, slowly. Allow for the space that's there. When we extend the next time, it should feel really good. Coming up to a tabletop position, slowly and gently from the child's pose, like walking the hands until they are under the shoulders. Let's see if we can revisit what we did before and see how it feels now. If I'm putting my weight onto 3 points and removing my left and lifting it up a little bit deeper now, and then sliding it under and staying this time, like really extending it long. If you're not comfortable laying down your head and shoulder like that, you can use any cushion or anything, a blanket. But if you want to, now here's where we just push down one hand in front of the nose first. And if that felt good, it's no problem. You can see if you can remove it and lift that one up and wrap it around the back. If it's like too much and if you end up feeling like you're losing balance, just extend it over your head instead. Like this. And if it's torture for you, just a few more breaths, maybe like 3, 2, 1. And if you had your arm all extended or all the way wrapped around your back, you can lift it up again, push it down in front of your nose, and it should bring you all the way up again. Arm go up, and then arm coming down, and let's do the other side. See if we can lift up. High. Sweep it in under the other one. I hope you also feel that this is a good stretch for the lower back, so that has been kind of worked today. Reach as far as you can, lay your head down onto something soft if you want to, and then when you feel like you got balance, you can remove that hand in front of your face and just like lift it up. Either wrap it around your back or reach it in front of you. Very good. Just another breath or two. Last one, coming down, pushing that hand down, back up, and then all the way down. And if we swing the feet forward from the tabletop position again, we can have the bolster in handy to have it under the knees a little bit. And then probably want to keep the blocks away from us. See if we extend the legs forward, either with the bolster as a little friend, like this, on top of us, or just ready to tuck it in under the knees later. Lean as far forward as you can, and flex both feet, and see if you can sit up straight, Dandasana. Maybe grab a couple of toes, maybe grab around the ankles, or the blocks on either side. Forward fold. Let's keep stretching out lower back and hamstrings a little bit more. You might take a few breaths before they start to release. Just a few breaths more. And then we're ready to kind of stay on the back. But now we want to really put the tension off the lower back as much as we can. So we can slide the the bolster, if you have it like under the knees and really release the spine. Start like this, big and open, and then rock onto the lower back, slowly touches the ground. See how easy you can make it feel. Like doing a little, almost a little reclining bound angle pose if you want to like really open up without any effort on the knees. This is a good way to do that. And then make sure your shoulder blades are flat. Then your arms can rest wherever they rest, close or a little bit away from the body. We are in the state of open relaxation. The way that we often relax, we usually like lie on one side, perhaps tuck the knees in. It's a very nice, safe position. It takes a little bit more to get into this position and feel as relaxed. Today we have been turning a lot, twisting and moving from left to right, right to left, crossing over the center lines in different poses. There's always more to explore there, but it usually brings a feeling of really nice relaxation afterwards when we kind of just open. Chest, the neck, the throat, hips and everything. And to know that there is power and strength in this openness. We can imagine ourselves cooling down now like the night sky. And this is a natural effect of the openness, but of the glowy, flowy poses that we did before. Now they're calming down, us cooling down, and we can keep this feeling of cool calmness throughout the evening and have a really nice, good night's sleep. Let's see if we can, for a few more breaths, just scan around the body again like we did sitting before. Feeling of lightness and softness through the face, down to the jaw, to the neck and shoulders. And with this feeling, we're touching it with our mind. It's also kind of waking it up, but also at the same time massaging it. There's no tightness left, no tension, just freedom. The arms down through the torso, to the belly, a feeling of safety. Down to the legs, all the way down to the feet. And we can kind of wake up the feet, wiggle the toes around a little bit, and then a warm feeling spreading out through the legs up to the pelvis again. And we can kind of move the legs around a little bit. And draw the knees up slowly and let the fingertips wake up, and the hands can slowly roll around a little bit, lifting up the hands to the knees. If you want to like tuck yourself in a little fetal position before we slowly rock back into this, as we call it, easy pose. Let's see if it feels easier or as easy as when we first sat down. And when you're there, allow yourself to feel content and to feel happy, to feel gratitude for your intention that you had. You can place the hands over the heart again and just allow ourselves to feel happy for that we are believing in this process, that we can become good friends with our own bodies, and in that way we can also let it grow and explore, strengthen, and take good care of it throughout the life. And thank you for that. So let's place the hands in front of you in a thankful gesture, just like closing up. Long inhale and a long deep exhale. And we can rub the palms together again, coming back to the senses. A feeling of air around you, perfect temperature. With the next inhale, we can take the hands up above. Let them rain down over your head, over your neck, over your chin, temples, forehead, and all the way down to your eyes. And then slowly open up the eyes. Thank you. Namaste. Good to see you guys. It's dark, but good to see all of you again. And yeah, I hope you're feeling good. I need to take this feeling with you. I hope you can still walk. I almost can't. I can stretch my back a little bit throughout the second half moon there. That happens. And you know, well, we'll see. Where anyone else? Not just me? Okay.
No, me too. Just you.
Yep.
That was heavy though.
Oh, it was? Okay.
This one.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Brutal on there. I think that's why I didn't do the last one. All of this on my knee. I'm like, I don't know.
There's so many more variations you can do from that.